let's start this bitch up. Oh, the dog puns have already started. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is FFPÖ, your primary source for Austrian film and TV critique, where two minds come together to take apart the work of people who actually matter. Welcome to the newest episode of FFPÖ. My name is Paul and this is episode 98, recorded on the 17th of December 2019. And we have her here for the first time. It is...
Steph DePrez.
Hey, Steph.
Hey.
For me, when I read your name, I didn't think that the Z was silent.
No one here does.
That's a really depressing fact for me.
Yeah. No one here can pronounce my name.
You heard all the puns probably.
Yeah, people say DePrez here.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, are you Spanish? Are you Mexican?"
Yeah.
No. I'm
and
French.
You're okay. Yeah. You're the present facts are coming in.
Yeah. I worked at a Catholic high school, and my last name is DePrez. So you can just imagine the first couple days.
Yeah, the depravity of the jokes.
Yeah, I just have to make all of them before the children make, which is how you teach high school. You just make the jokes before the children make the jokes, and then it's fine.
Yeah, and that's also pretty good comedy training.
Right. Yeah.
Have to be faster than a 14-year-old.
Oh my God, yes, exactly. I'm funny because I have taught high school, and I had if there's a 15-year-old boy there, if there was if any sex, I was so good at anticipating what I was saying. Can this be construed sexually? Because even if it can, just a little bit, it will.
Yeah,
so I have to, cut it off at the pass.
Just like this can already be misconstrued. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a tip.
Yes.
Yeah. And we watched Hudson and Rex, the Canadian remake spin-off TV show based on
Austrian TV show.
Inspector Rex, yes.
First of all, Austrians make TV, which is just stunning.
Yeah.
I worked at Universal Studios Hollywood for 3 years.
Exactly.
So I walked people around TV studios became intimately aware with how this process works. And so, do you even have a sound stage in Austria?
A huge one. Yeah. No. The ORF.
One.
We have a few, but the ORF has a few big stages and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, but it's not good, it's all stuff from the 90s, updates to the hardware are done very slowly. They've finally gotten around to the fact that full HD would be a good idea.
Not even 15 years later.
Yeah, not even thinking about 4K.
Oh my gosh.
They're now thinking about amending the law so that the ORF can upload stuff to YouTube.
What?
Yeah. They're not allowed right now to do that because it's.
This is why no one's heard of Austrian TV. That's where everybody watches.
I've been ranting about all those things on this very podcast for years now.
Oh my gosh.
Austrian entertainment is so special and has such a niche kind of quality to it that in the modern streaming area, it would find an international audience like this.
Yeah.
But the Austrian government and the ORF have this protectionist view on their content. So
that makes no sense.
Yeah, so the thing is, but it's also weird, the Austrian TV archive is one of the best ones in the world. And bold words, sir. And you can go there and you can, as a private citizen, and get any clip from any time, and it costs €20 or something like that. And they burn it on a DVD, and you can just take that specific clip from a TV show, a news anchor thing from 1978 or something like that.
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah, that's because it's made with PBS or something or NPR, where it's funded through tax money in this case. Okay. So they have we are basically,
you own it.
Yeah, we're the stakeholders of that content technically, kind of. And that's why, so there's this whole thing going on where you can just, as a private citizen, take anything out of the archive if you want to.
So how much have you put up on YouTube?
How
do people just not do that? They just get it all and then they put it up on YouTube.
It's insane. Yeah. So there's of course illegal uploaders, and the ORF is also not checking.
Right.
Yeah.
So the other more important things.
Exactly. So most of the time, if something gets taken down, it's because another rights holder in another country bought the rights to that property already, and now is checking online if somebody is illegally uploading.
Yeah, because God forbid someone watch like Inspector Rex without paying for it.
Yeah. I mean, it streams for free, I think, online, even like legally, but only in German without subtitles. Even though there are subtitles everywhere. That's also a big misstep by the Austrians that we make nowadays for nearly all modern properties. We have to make English subtitles because we are syndicating somewhere else.
Right.
But locally, they are not dished out, only the German ones.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Because there's so many English speakers here.
Yeah. No, they're ignoring a whole like subgroup, and it's not even the English native speakers. It's everybody who's not that fluent in German is probably a little bit more fluent in English.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's like the whole like all those disenfranchised Swedes, you know, like. You know, all those Norwegians that are like left behind, yeah? No Norwegian left behind. That's our new policy standpoint.
That's why you need English subtitles for everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so...
Oh my gosh.
Back to Hudson
and Rex.
Because Hudson and Rex is such a such an oddity because it came out this year. And
wait, that's from this year?
It's from 2019, I think.
What?
And the second season is 2019.
Oh my gosh.
You thought it's like 8 years old?
In my mind, I'm like thinking this is from like 2002, 2003. I'm like, well, okay, like I can forgive them for being this ridiculous.
For 2002, 2003, the cinematography would have been amazing. Like it looked amazing, but...
It was very HD. This is true.
Yeah.
But that blows my mind that it came out this year. This makes it even better because it's so Canadian.
Yeah.
But it's not Canadian, it's Austrian.
Yeah, it's this weird mashup of like two cultures that are not compatible in the end, you know?
No.
Like it makes no sense.
They're both countries that sort of on the national scale play second fiddle to the larger country next door.
Oh yeah,
so I could see that.
But we're still flexing our very tiny muscles.
Austria and Canada are like, we're cool too.
Yeah. We have crime. Yeah. We have crime. Come on, guys. It's not like all good, you know. We have kidnappings by inept people, you know. And that's the thing that is really consistent between Hudson and Rex and Inspector Rex, OG Rex, so to speak, you know.
Right.
Is that the villains are appropriate for
the place.
They're really bad at their job because there's no crime. They have no training possibility to be real good crimers, you know?
Crimers.
Yeah. They're No, they're not criminals. They're crimers. Yeah.
They're making crime.
Yeah. They're producing. That's their output is crime, you know? They're crimers.
Yeah. So
something Seinfeld Kramer. Yeah.
Oh, I think the first issue is that the first issue about Hudson and Rex is that the dog doesn't talk. I think that is the glaring issue here, and I can't believe the Canadian version didn't fix that.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I want to hear the dog's thoughts.
Yeah. Especially because everybody treats him like a human being, anyways.
Yes.
Like Hudson is like so delusional that he calls him his partner. like the dog has Inspector again. They took literally the title from the German version, from the Austrian version, and we're like, oh, that's his real job title, right? Inspector? Yeah. He did the whole test and everything.
Everyone will believe this. We'll just go with it.
Yeah.
And they don't even like the people will talk to the dog and then continue the conversation like it's like Han Solo talking to Chewbacca. Like it's like somewhat like they're receiving the information and they're like, what are you doing here?
2 boxes, yes.
We gotta get
1 box is no. Yeah.
It's like I want to hear the thoughts of this beautiful German Shepherd.
Or at least do like an inner monologue for the dog.
Yes.
Like have somebody like Ryan Reynolds or something like that.
Oh my God.
Speak the dog.
I'm there. He's Canadian, isn't he?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'd show up for that.
It would never work out because the budget would explode.
Ryan Reynolds is the kind of guy who'd be like, I would do this. Like I'll spend half a day going in and like being the voice of a dog.
Yeah, exactly. I'm phoning it in and it's still literally better than anything in this TV show. Then the next detriment is obviously the writing. Like, the writing is so hacky, and it feels like it's like one of those AIs that are now popping up, those screenwriter
it's like
AIs.
Someone watched like a bunch of like
you trained the AI on like 10,000 hours of on
crime
CSI,
dramas.
Crime procedurals,
Law and Order,
and this is what it came up with.
The computer wrote this episode.
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah. Because nearly every line of dialogue I've heard before somewhere else.
Yes. And
it's amazing. It's like
the whole the best was that, oh gosh, it was the
soon good doggy.
Yeah, good doggy. Soon to be dead doggy. I thought this was from 10 years ago and perhaps made for like the CW version of Canadian TV.
Right. Yeah.
No. Like, this is like made this year for adults.
Yeah.
So like this actress who doesn't even really know how to like, I've never touched a gun in my life, and I know how to hold a gun because I've watched enough TV.
I mean, you're also American, so you know that
we come out of the womb with this skill.
Yeah. Oh, like, no. You come out like the doctor is immediately putting like a gun in your hand. Instead of a crying baby, you have to see if it shoots first.
Oh my god!
You know,
that's the thing. Like, being an American and then coming here to Austria, people are like, "So, do you have any guns?" I'm like, no.
Funny thing, per capita, Austria has nearly as many guns as the US.
Really?
Per capita, but we have a lot of gun nuts who have a lot of guns, and then most of the population doesn't.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if you have one gun, you probably have 9. You know.
In Austria.
You're like, if it's a hobby, you're going to spend some money. You're going to drop some cash. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, so I can tell
if you have to buy one gun, you already have to buy 2 safes. So might as well buy more guns. One for the guns, one for the ammo.
Oh, okay.
You have to separately lock them.
This is how little I know about guns.
And per year, there are 2 surprise visits by the cops. And they see if you still have them locked properly.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Wow, they can just show up and be like, we're not going to take them. We just have to make sure they're separated.
Every time the NRA is like, you're going to take our guns. I'm like, just do it like we do it.
Yeah, that's actually really smart.
You can keep your guns as long as the cops can show up and check.
And then make sure they're safe. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also like a mental test that we do before you get your gun license and all that stuff.
Yeah, that would, we're working on that.
Pre-checks,
oh my gosh.
stuff like that, sensible gun laws. Oh yeah, Hudson.
What are those?
Oh yeah, the amount of guns too for like a Canada show, pretty liberal amount of guns,
Yeah, although I think a grand total of 2 of them were shot. There were 2.
Yeah, the sniper rifle and the pew 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 gun from the lady.
Well, in the US, it's like poof, poof, and like gunshots go everywhere, and you don't think about it.
Everything sounds like a 50.
Yeah, and there's multiple, like, if someone's like having a shootout, it's like brrr, but here it was like pew. Ow!
Yeah,
like one gun went off.
Yeah, everything.
And the woman didn't even know how to hold the gun, and like
even the assassin didn't know how to draw the gun out of the holster.
This is true. So he shows up.
I'm gonna put the clip here. I'm gonna put the clip here because this is too funny.
It is amazing.
It's right there.
Okay. Yeah. So he like literally like someone was editing this and was like, oh, the guy doesn't know how to get the gun out of the gun case, but it's blurry in the background. Like, whatever, we're sharp focus in the front. We'll leave it in. It's fine.
Yeah. And he's like trying to get it out because it's a leather holster.
And this is supposed to be the hit, like the best hitman in Canada for a decade.
Yeah. And
because the best hitman in Canada. That's like
really dog shit still.
It's like the premier Mandarin speaker in Austria. It's really? You really need that skill. Like, come on.
Yeah. The master yodeler in Australia.
Yes. I'm the best yodeler.
Yeah, there's exactly. I can go to that one mountain where I can yodel, and that's it.
Yeah. So.
Otherwise, the acoustics are terrible in Australia.
So maybe we got to cut this guy a little slack because he didn't really have a lot of competition. But
and the assassin is getting blackmailed by, I guess, the criminal,
we don't even figure
kingpin, the Canadian kingpin.
We don't even know what he did.
He looks like ZZ Top's illegitimate son.
Yes,
like
he looks like Santa Claus.
I've heard the name. I just can't remember where from.
Looks like metal Santa Claus. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be walking out of here. And it's not like Deviant where you're like, oh, what a slime ball. Like, I hate him. He's like, I'm going to be walking out of here tomorrow. And you're like, okay, well, maybe you didn't do all like, you weren't running an illegal business.
Yeah. You didn't assassinate like witnesses and stuff like that. No, you're so cute.
Yeah, I don't believe him. He looks like the guy who's going to be like behind the counter.
The most
like
menacing character in this whole show is Hudson. Hudson has the least approachable face out of any character in here.
And his speaking...
The dog included. Like the dog, you're like, that's a cute dog, you know?
Yes. He's adorable. The dog is adorable. What's the dog's name?
Diesel from Baumgartner or something like that?
Burgenwald,
yeah.
Diesel from Burgenwald. So like
Forest.
In the opening credits, they name the dog.
Yeah,
and
the dog's have to.
Actual... Really? Is that like a legal thing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess he's an actor who's getting compensated, right? But the dog's actual name is Diesel vom Burgenwald.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly.
Close enough.
Well, in Canada, it's probably Bergenwald. That's how we would say it in America.
Yeah.
Diesel von Bergenwald.
Oh, yeah. And we also have I have a secret theory that Bootstrap, the assassin, is also a white power guy.
Oh, yeah, because he has so many guns.
And
he's
a
hoarding
tiki
guns.
torch. And he has a tiki torch in his basement. What Canadian has a tiki torch?
This is true. Why would you need a tiki torch unless you're going to a white power rally?
He definitely drives down from Vancouver to Washington to do some white powering.
Oh my gosh!
He's, white powering up. And
just then, like hooking in and powering up.
Yeah,
with the white power.
Yeah, like a Super Saiyan. But it's white power.
Oh boy!
I'm charging up.
Yeah,
his hate level is over 9,000. No, that's so nerdy. It hurts.
You can tell that like things like make me slightly uncomfortable, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what you could keep going. Just keep needling me. It's fine.
So so there's also like that going on, and he's a return character because at the end he gets away.
So the whole point is that his 16-year-old daughter gets kidnapped, and we have to figure out where this girl, she gets kidnapped because she's riding a bike right near our hero and his dog going on a run, and he spends the whole run looking at the dog like, "How you doing? You good?"
The dog and him have like a cutesy moment.
Yeah, they're like running together, and then like he watches this guy with an unmarked van pull up, go see the girl on a bike, pull her off of the bike and into the back of the car in the middle of a park in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Idiot criminal.
Canadians, they're like, sorry.
Like, oh my goodness, someone's grabbed that girl and threw her in the back of a truck.
No, the thing would be like pedestrians help them push the girl around.
Sorry. No, you're fine.
They probably need that girl to go somewhere,
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah. What vicious things could that be,
Yeah, throwing her in the back of a car.
So then the excessive use of slow motion, especially when it comes to dog
talks. It's like
slow motion, yeah.
It's like the dog is having a thought, and it's like all slow motion. The dog's like, "That's not right.
Yeah.
Someone is kidnapping this girl," and like follows like go Rex go, like starts running, which like I'm imagining the car is driving more than like 500 yards, and that which is a meter, by the way. And so I don't know if you people know what that is.
Oh yeah, no, we had those back in the days. Yeah.
So but like the dog kept up with this truck all the way, of course, obviously.
He can't be speeding in Vancouver, know.
Right. He would never do that.
Yeah,
no. Oh, sorry, no, they wouldn't be speeding.
We're criminals, but we're not gonna endanger. We're not gonna endanger somebody else. Yeah.
We might be kidnapping a girl and like drugging her with chloroform and throwing her in the back of a van.
But not over 30 miles.
Right? No. Oh,
this is no speed scenario.
Who do you think we are? Where do you think? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then the dog follows them, and then meanwhile, like our police guy is like, well, obviously there's been a kidnapping, and now I got to go down and report it to the police station where casually I work and wear a fabulous blue suit that matches my eyes for the rest of the episode.
Oh yeah, hats off to the casting department. They found a hunk.
Beautiful man. But you know what? He speaks like Owen Wilson. he has a bit of a cadence when he talks, like he's like a bit of an Owen Wilson sometimes.
Wow. Yeah. That's actually that's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I wish he said wow in this episode. Yeah, then we would really know who his acting coach was.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really skilled. No, but he sometimes when he was talking, he talked a bit little like. He did talk like Owen Wilson when he was...
Yeah, a little bit.
Just added another element of intrigue.
Oh, yeah, and he's like also, they tried to portray him as like the manliest man, too.
Because when you walk into his apartment...
There's a fucking motorcycle.
In the bay window. In this guy's apartment.
Yep. What else would you put in that bay, It's a repair bay now,
Oh my gosh. Because obviously you're going to bring your motorcycle all the way up.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Yeah. And he's not the only one. The other one is the woman who fails like 4 times in this episode at doing her job.
And also, her name is Amy. It's the only name I remembered because it is absolutely not someone that I am afraid of. If someone's like guarding me being kidnapped, their name is Amy.
Amy Schumer is kidnapping you. Like,
it's also like the name of every girl who was born when I was born. There were 3 Amy's in my class growing up. So like, I'm just not terrified of like, oh look, it's Amy. Like, I'm not afraid that she's gonna mess with anything.
Yeah. It's like a Michael or something like that for men. You're like, okay. Oh, Bill. A Bill is like, okay, sure. Okay. You might sexually harass me, but that's it.
True. Yeah.
I did not touch that woman. No, that's not even his accent. So
more of a southern one.
Yeah. Okay, so then. See, he has that bike in his apartment, and he also, of course, has a dog bed in which he sleeps.
Well, he falls down, and it's supposed to be like, oh, like this. He really misses his dog when he gets like knocked out, and he falls on the dog. But when he walks home, and he's like Rex obviously like jumped and like went to help the 16-year-old girl, and then he gets home, and his like apartment is really put together, except for the little tennis ball on the table. Right there on the table. So he like puts his stuff down. It's like he's gonna pick it up. Yep.
Yeah, that one. Like, It's Chekhov's. It's Chekhov's. Pavlov's gun. It's Pavlov's gun in this case. If you see a dog ball in a scene, you have to use it.
Yeah, and someone's gonna be like.
Oh, and the origin story too of how Hudson and Rex met is.
By the way, that's when he sounds the most like Owen Wilson.
Oh,
and also he's explaining it. It's like here's this like here's all of this exposition. For this like dear reader. Here we go. And then, but he doesn't look at the woman he's explaining this to, who by the way is definitely going to be his love interest later on. Pretty good. But he like doesn't even. She's like, wow, how did you and Rex get together? How did that happen?
And also, we are on a boat at that moment. So actually, what we should hear is wind and the surf. That's what we should hear. It's like. But everybody is 100% audible in this. Because that wasn't ADR, I think. That wasn't ADR. So they must have like an amazing sound engineer on the deck of that ship being like, okay, this is my moment to shine.
The one thing they knew how to do.
Like the director insisted that we have to do this dialogue on the fucking boat. Yeah. Even though before that we had a dialogue scene between the two while we were loading stuff on the boat. So we could have had that scene while we were
but this needed to be on a boat. Because we needed to show we spent some money on
But we have to divide the emotional scene from the lighthearted scene, because the lighthearted scene was before, and he made a bad boat joke.
Yeah. Oh, it's she's old. She may not look like much, but she can move when she has to.
Yeah, which is such a weird statement. Like,
and then they like get, and it's like, oh, like what?
Oh, did grandma you just can fuck? Grandma both can fuck. That's what I'm saying here. Well,
it's like, what does he just own this? But like, he just like owns this. Like, where, or did the police people own it? Like, as I'm imagining in this
town, he's a grandmotherfucker. Huh? Sorry.
I'm imagining in this town that like the police station owns a boat. Mm-hmm. Like, but no, he's like, no, we're gonna go on my like beat up old boat, which I just happen to own, which also is impressive for this woman who's gonna turn into my love. Well, yeah, I mean, he said like she's not. Like,
I thought it was just a rando boat that he commandeered.
I think he owned, like, why else would he make the comment, like, she doesn't look like much, but, like, she can move when she has to.
Fair.
How else does he know about this boat?
Okay, yeah, if it's his boat, he's just an asshole to his own boat. But if it wasn't, it would be way worse. He's just slamming another man's boat or woman's boat, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
but it did, yeah, whatever it is, that line was a reach. It's like, you don't need to, like, okay, we're getting on a boat.
Yeah, a leap. Yeah, that wasn't a reach anymore. That was a leap. It's just like,
And then he gets on the boat and he's giving, like, this is the history of how Rex the dog and I came to work together. And he's staring not at the woman, but, like, off into the distance. Like, and the camera's, like, perfectly getting his, like, blue eyes.
Yeah,
like,
and it would be impactful if they didn't cut every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Every 3 seconds we have another tentative shot of him, like, sullenly looking into the distance. Just keep it at 1. Keep her framed at the side so we still have, as the viewer, somebody who we can see, the lens through which we can see him.
Right.
But no, they're like, cut. The whole thing is like ADHD. And the thing is, the episode itself forgets stuff. It forgets stuff that happened just a millisecond before that, because at the big showdown at the end, the woman, the bad villain, drops a gun. Amy drops the gun because Rex tackles her from behind.
The dog jumps and, like, she's about to kill our hero, who's obviously located the 16-year-old, because obviously. And then the dog jumps and knocks the gun out of Amy, the villain's hand. Yeah. And then the other woman goes and, like, picks up that gun.
Yeah, Nugent.
Yeah, and then there's another gun. Like, another gun comes out of nowhere. Like,
it teleports in there, and suddenly there are 2 guns.
Like, everybody's, like, picking up all these guns. Yeah. Where did they come from? And it's the thing.
It's magic. Like there's, like, a fucking magician in the background. Like, Expelliarmus gun. You know, there's just a gun,
like,
apparatus gun.
Yeah. Apparatus. Yeah. And it's funny because, like, you can tell whoever was doing the continuity editing, like, whoever was, like, well,
asleep at his fucking job.
No one will notice.
Nobody will notice.
This is canon. Again, they're just thrilled to see a gun. It's fine.
Yeah, and
and then the other continuity thing is that they set up so the police chief knows where the witness that the kidnapped girls,
an older disgruntled black guy.
Yeah, it's like every stereotype. Let's just, like, check all the boxes.
It's cliche town.
Yes, it's cliche.
It's Clichéville. You know, everything is a fucking cliche. Every line of dialogue is a cliche.
Yeah,
everything.
Which is why it was written by a bot.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, they can only draw from previously made stuff, basically. Yeah. It's CSI and CISSUE, like that.
SVU.
It's like a serious version of the parody of the original.
Yes, that's actually that's true. It's a serious version of a parody of SVU.
If somebody saw Police Academy and was like, "I'm gonna make this serious now," like, I'm gonna make a hard R, tough as nails, no nonsense version of Police Academy
with the dog.
That's
Yeah, but so the police chief, he's like, okay, the 16-year-old girl's dad used to be a hitman, and the reason that his daughter got kidnapped is because the bad guy who looks like Santa Claus / ZZ Top's child, who's also an old rocker. He looks like a roadie. Like, he should have been the roadie for the dead.
He looks like if they ever make a spin-off band of Tenacious D.
Yes, this man is in it.
Yeah. He's the love child of Jack Black and what's the other guy's name? That's so sad. I love him. I saw his band, actually.
Isn't that Tenacious D? It's Jack Black and the other guy.
Yeah, but I actually saw the other guy's band once live.
Really?
Yeah, he was
Clearly
amazing.
It made an impact.
No, that's the Kyle Gass. Boom. Got it.
Nice. Point to Austria.
Yeah, no, I should remember if somebody's called Gas, you know?
That's true. Yeah.
Concentration is the most important thing about gas. I had a good gas over there.
Oh my gosh. You sound so Austrian right now. Your accent is so on point. I guess it's not an accent. It's real.
My accent work is amazing.
It is. No, but
I have the best accent work.
Oh.
My accent work is the top notch. I'm the Trumpist.
Yes. So
you have activated my Trump card.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
So
what is more frustrating? This or Hudson and Rex?
No. But like, so the guy who's in jail, like, he's coordinated the kidnapping of this girl in order to have the hitman who's been out of work since he had a 16-year-old child. We never figure out who the mother that he fell in love with. But the witness that this guy's supposed to take out is in witness protection. And so the police do this whole thing to create a decoy. Yeah. It's a Legolas moment, like a diversion. Like, so they're going to do a decoy.
The old switcheroo.
And then they find out that they didn't actually tell the police chief where the witness is.
No, they gave him a fake location.
Yeah, why would you do that? He's the police chief.
Yeah. They don't trust a black guy. Canadians are still racist, you know.
Oh, don't you know?
Hudson, again, you know,
gosh.
He finds that white power guy, you know, there's like a weird, maybe white power thing going on in the background here, you know?
Yeah. Oh, but it's like, why on earth? It makes no sense. Would they not tell the police chief where the actual witness is being, like, how many taxpayer dollars were spent on a decoy?
If it's a need-to-know basis, he's definitely need to know.
And there's like, oh man, I can't believe you didn't tell me. Yeah. And like gets off the phone, and it's like, we just spent, you know, like thousands of dollars creating like a decoy, so like hit
all the overtime hours of the like the SWAT team driving from location to location.
There is also a Canadian SWAT team. Talk about oxymoron.
Yeah. sorry.
But
that's what's on the hammer that they knock the door in. It says sorry on it.
So sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Or it's like a long drawn out sorry, like a sorry.
Yes.
Also the Amy gets the first time she gets defeated by Hudson and the kidnapped child, and she gets hit point blank range.
Yes.
By a 4x2.
Yeah, from the back. So like the 16-year-old girl who's basically just like been terrified the whole time. Like she's like, Amy is about to kill the dog. Like, good doggy, dead doggy. Like, it's really stunning script work. And then the girl like now I care, and like gets out a big 2x4 and like boom goes after Amy. And then the Amy like all of a sudden has blood all over her hands.
I mean, that's like a ruptured vessel on the back of your head.
But she never like touches her head. She's just like, ugh. And then wakes up and like her hands are dripping. She's like, I can't believe the girl got away.
Yeah.
Like,
that asshole. Like, I was being nice to her. I brought her a sandwich.
Yes. 2 sandwiches. There were 2 sandwiches.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they were from craft services on set.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, we don't have sandwiches. I'll just give her this.
Yeah, that's a prop now. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And then they have to eat it later because, you know, it's there's small production crew.
Yeah, somebody ate that. There's one person we haven't talked about yet, which would be the IT guy.
You mean the guy who's definitely a fraud?
Yeah,
Mr. I constructed an algorithm.
Yes, I created an algorithm to figure out in the city in my 3D model, which I'm able to navigate with my little work computer exactly where the ballistics are going to come from and where the sniper's going to be based on like. And then you were like, what, he just Google Earthed this?
Yeah, Google Earth plus a few trajectory calculations. That's all you do.
Yeah, also like...
And he's like, no, I created a whole algorithm around it.
And like, what is an algorithm even? Like, I don't know. Like there's a math person who's like, that's not what they do.
Yeah. No, again, an algorithm generally is something that processes and interprets data.
So we've established that you know far more about math than I do at this point.
No, it's not the math part. I sucked at the math part because I did study computer science for a few semesters.
What?
But I failed at it.
Which is why you're a comedian with a podcast.
Correcto mundo. Enough science, IT science stuff that I can create this illusion of something fun.
The illusion of fun. I mean, isn't that what Canada is? That's just all it is.
No, but okay, so
he creates.
Oh yeah.
3D.
But you know what? By the way, where that IT guy studied?
Where?
Barkley.
Barkley?
Yeah, dog pun.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. That's
Barkley University of the Canine Arts.
I believe it.
K-Fine.
You know what?
K-Fine Arts. Boom. Got it.
I believe that this TV show would be like, that's real. Like, oh, you went to Barkley Academy.
Yeah, Rex went to Barkley.
Yes.
Like he summa cum really loudly.
Yeah. So Man, Suma, how do we make a dog pun in this? I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah, pause.
Put pause on that.
Again, all those puns I had to do in previous Inspector Rex episodes, but here we are recycling stuff like this show does, like Hudson and Rex recycles.
Right, because if you have a hit Austrian TV show, obviously green. You're going to turn it into a tax
write-off. It's a tax write-off. It's a green initiative TV show.
Because they're just recycling script ideas. It's a sustainable storyline.
Exactly,
just keep
we
using
don't have to print new scripts. We just use the old moldy ones that we found back in the
and
archive.
It's not even actual transcripts. It's the English translations, which is why it's such bad script writing.
Yeah. But. And the IT guy also gets sniped.
Oh, yes, the one, our hero, turns out to be the IT guy who, for some reason, is in the car with the chief, which would never happen, wearing, like, the vest. Mm-hmm. And then he's the one who, like, they figure out, the sniper isn't going to be here. The witness is over here. And he's the one who, like,
he Goodwill Huntings the bullet trajectory.
Yes!
And jumps in front of it, basically.
Literally, he's, like, stares at a building and looks there, and he's like, well, clearly, like...
He's autistic. He's like... I can figure this out. Dun, 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 dun,
well, it's also like, if you're that brilliant, why are you working for a little, like, podunk police station in Canada?
Fraud, or Me Too, or which also drugs, you know?
Just
because now he's on painkillers. Because when Hudson at the end,
he's at the hospital because he got shot.
Exactly. He's like,
but when
I need painkillers. The really strong ones.
Right now.
The really strong ones. Like, do they give him fentanyl or what?
Yeah, fentanyl. This is the small town where there would be an opioid academic.
Academic. I'm the opioid academic. With the opium pipe, like, no, I don't do like the crazy stuff the youngsters do. I wrote 5 books on the science of opioids, and I have to.
There's someone who's gonna write a novel about the opioid crisis, and they're gonna call it the opioid academic, but it's mine. I want the internet to know it's mine right
copyright
now. I've copyrighted.
Yeah, okay.
The opioid academic.
70 years until after your death.
Yes,
it's yours now. Yeah. It will be bought out by the Disney Corporation in 2028 to make a new franchise.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah, I believe it.
For Disney Plus.
But so this guy gets shot, but you don't see, like, he falls. He's supposedly shot in the back.
Also, the trajectory, nothing makes sense.
Yeah, he just falls. I thought he had tripped. I legitimately, dear reader, thought he had tripped.
That would have been funnier. That he, like, was in the bullet trajectories, but he stumbled. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That would have been the funnier and more logical and more reasonable thing to do. Especially because, again, the assassin uses what the police chief just calls it a high power caliber bullet or something like that, or high power bullet or something like that, which says nothing.
Right.
Nothing, because the sniper rifle he was using was like a 7.76 or 5.56.
Wow, you are so much more American than me. I have no idea.
It was some type of intermediary or slightly larger hollow point kind of thing. So the thing is, like, that thing would probably go through the vest, yes, which it did also.
The vest.
Yeah, sorry, vest. The vest. Yeah.
But
the wild west.
There's no his jacket doesn't, like, there's no bullet hole. This is what I thought he tripped. Yeah. Like in the US there would be like blood everywhere, like, oh my god, like nothing.
It's
like
all this tiniest squirt,
and it would be like all these little, like, pops of, like, coming up from his jacket.
Yeah.
No. He literally just goes, like, you hear, like, pew pew, and he goes, and nothing happens to his jacket.
Not even the CGI department was like, let's put just a quick, like, a mask over this.
There's no way there's a CGI department for this.
I mean, how else do you explain the flawless presentation that Barkley did? Barkley did with the great 3D model and everything. The CGI department had to create that. Or what? More logical, they just bought a stock 3D animation from the internet.
Yeah, I bet they did that. Yes, I believe that.
They have just generic shooting scenario 3 or something like that, and they just entered in this. And from a technical perspective, it's not that bad. The cinematography is all right.
No, and it was HD. I thought this was like from early 2000s, but no, you are correct. The HD is very good.
Yeah, and they what I really appreciated, they are not doing the mid-2000s look anymore that a lot of crime procedural do still, where it's a lot of brown and grays and washed out.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. The worst offender actually is Battlestar Galactica Caprica.
Okay.
Is the worst offender because it's just gray tones and it's brown and everything looks dreary and drab. Yeah. And here we have some nice LUTs. Like they do something with the images. Like
it looks like The Flash or like on the CW. Like
because it's probably shot by the same team. Let's be honest, it's probably the same team. It's probably guys who work on the same stuff because it's Vancouver stuff and everything. So it's probably either the Arrow, the Flash.
Exactly. That's what it looks
like. What's the?
But with the German Shepherd who speaks in slow motion,
Yeah.
Yeah. Heroes.
Oh, this fucking movie, TV show. I kind of want to watch more because it is this addictive trash.
It was just like interesting enough that I was like, I hope the dog is okay. Like, is this like little 16-year-old gonna make? Yeah. Like I wasn't like I'm sitting there. Like there are TV shows where it's like this is just a waste of my time. But I was like, like what's gonna happen?
There could be something here. Yeah. It is the American version of Sherlock is to the British Sherlock Holmes show. The BBC
there's
one.
An American one?
Yeah, with
Elementary? You're talking about that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this is Hudson and Rex is the elementary to our Inspector Rex.
Oh, so you're telling me that Inspector Rex, that thrilling Austrian TV show, is up there with Sherlock from the BBC.
Oh, when it comes to like reach and everything, and like prominence and everything. Oh, for sure.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah, because again, the Canadian one. I mean, they got a second season. Congrats, guys. Like let's be honest. That's a pretty mean feat.
Yeah. And
you always land on your paws. What?
Good job. You made it work. But the nice thing about this is if I did have like tiny children, because there's almost no blood, and I would feel fine. Like I'd be like, yeah, they can watch this.
It's not like the
stakes are high, but there's no violence going on.
It's not like a CSI or a
SVU or like a Law and Order where you're just like
Law and Order is crazy the last 15 years now. No,
which is
seriously.
saying something because there's 30 years.
Yeah, there's 30 years, but they got really insane after 9/11. Like after 9/11, they were cranking it up, and it's there's cum in the blood, guys.
So if I had young children, I would put this on and be like, well, this is entertaining enough for me as an adult, but also I don't feel like I'm gonna scar my children.
Yeah, and the dog's never gonna die because he's the main character.
Yeah,
I mean the dog, the actor is gonna die. The dog actor. Because that's also what happened with the Inspector Rex series. They had 3 or 4 dogs in total.
What do you do when your lead actor dies?
You replace him with another similar looking dog.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Yeah. No, it's the same thing that happens to, people of color. No, seriously, the only white character that I can think of right now that had to be replaced was Dumbledore because the guy died.
Well, and also in I Dream of Jeannie,
show,
they brought in a new guy. And I Dream of Jeannie, they just switched the actor.
Fair.
But and then in the second Iron Man, it went from being Terrence Mann to John Cheadle. And he literally walks in and he's like, "I'm here, it's me, get over it." Yeah. And then you're just like, "Oh, you were Terrence Mann in the first one.
You were cheaper. That's what you were. Don Cheadle didn't want to do it for that little money next to Robert Downey Jr. He saw the Downey Jr. money truck rolling in, and he's like, I'm not doing it.
I wonder if Terrence Mann was ever like, I shouldn't have left that franchise.
Oh, for sure. For fucking sure. What was he in instead? That fucking... Wasn't he in a... Yeah, nonsense, apparently, because I can't remember it right now.
We can't even tell you what else Terrence... He won an Oscar and then was peace out.
But it happens to people of color. It happens way more often that they're just replaced because they're most of the time B or C line... B or C line story actors, so it's more reasonable to replace. But I guess the Mountain too from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
they changed him, the actor, a few times too. So that's a white guy too. So
I stopped watching after season 4 because I have a very weak stomach.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Although I did.
That's why you like Hudson and Rex.
I know, yeah. It's perfect.
It's like cotton candy, fucking Canadian crime drama.
I mean, as we know, Hudson and Rex is basically the Canadian Game of Thrones. That's what I mean.
Yeah, immersive storylines, massive characters, everybody can die.
Instead of a dragon, they have a dog.
Yeah, exactly. Hudson is the king of fangs. I don't know.
No, Hudson is the king of German shepherds. The father of German shepherds. Although it's not, it's his partner.
Is that like a Jesus thing? I will be your shepherd and I will lead you through the valley of death or something
Psalm
like that.
Psalm 92, I think.
Ezekiel.
No, it's Psalm. It's yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I fear no evil because you are. Yep. I just quoted the Bible while talking about a Canadian dog TV crime show.
All right.
Psalm 95.
Final conclusion. Would you recommend this? Would you watch more of it? Would you? What are your?
I think so. This episode was like the main chick, who's gonna end up being his love. Yeah. Yes. Who's gonna end up being his love interest? Mm-hmm. At one point she asked him. She was like, "How Rex went from being a K9 to being your partner to solve major crimes." Like she said that. It was wonderful.
And I mean, hats off to the actress for delivering this dog shit line perfectly. Yes. Like with all the respect that an actor like respects his craft. You're like
she's like, I'm in it. She's like, she just bought in.
Yeah.
But I would watch, like, if it were on in the background, like I'd sit down and follow it. It was easy enough. It was nice, easy background TV.
Yeah.
What am I going to sit there and binge it?
Just like the Hudson River just flowing past you.
Yeah, except it smells better than the Hudson River. But the other, I just have to do a side note about what's her name?
Nugent.
About Nugent.
That's the actress's name. I don't know her character's name.
Don't know her character. Well, okay, it's the only character I remember is the villain, Amy. But she had a messy bun. Yeah, but it had a little like tail of hair coming out.
Right.
And you can tell whoever's doing hair and makeup was like, we're leaving it. It's fine. Hairspray. It's fine. And it bothered me the whole time. It's like, she's got this like bun on the top of her head was like lovely and like very appropriate. And then there's like this big like of like hair sticking out the bottom, which any woman knows is that like you need to deal with that. Like you need to like curl it up and stick it back in or like find a way to like fan it out and make it look like it's there on purpose. No. There was just like this massive tail underneath her messy bun and it drove me crazy the entire time.
So you are hoping for season 2 that they get a better makeup department?
I would just really want to deal with her hair. I just really want it to be more realistic because there's no way a woman walks out of the bathroom with that.
Yeah. I think you got a little bit too tangled up in that one, but I mean, nice. it is a hairy situation. Yeah.
So I would
Let's
say
go to the root of the problem.
Austria, guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you? Would you recommend that?
I mean, especially because it's the same but different compared to Kommissar Rex. It's fun
because you probably have a real like love in your heart for this great piece of Austrian television.
The 90s, I grew up in the 90s. It was like my TV show. You know, the reruns were sometimes on a Saturday early evening kind of schedule, so I can watch them and stuff like that. And it's faithful in its adaptation in some ways, but then you notice transporting a property that's really 90s, like really 90s into today, you lose a certain je ne sais quoi, you know, a certain something, you know.
Yeah.
It is still intriguing and really fun, especially because Hudson is like the most beautiful potato, you know, like he can't act, but he's a stunning specimen of a man.
Especially in that blue suit that matches his eyes. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
And he keeps it hair-free next to the dog, which is just magic, you know. And
yeah, you would be the ultimate critic as someone who someone who's near and dear to the Austrian original.
Yeah, but they keep the intelligence level of Rex, which was important for me. Like it's like if you do if you had a Batman storyline, but Batman is in Italy or something like that.
Yeah.
But Batman is still Batman, but everybody else around him is all of a sudden Italian, and in this case, everybody around him is Rex is still Rex, but everybody around him is all of a sudden Canadian.
It's amazing that he understands English.
Yeah. No, he's multilingual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, he went to Berkeley. Yeah. Yeah, he got a diploma in American English, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in contemporary screenwriting, you know, like.
Right.
Yeah, he has a master's degree, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's his own master.
Because he doesn't have an owner; he has a partner.
Exactly. Yeah, the dog is his own master. Is that his favorite album too? Like a Metallica.
Yeah.
Master. Steph.
Yes.
Plugs. Where can people find you?
Oh.
Where can people?
Like plugs. I was like, plugs.
You're not wearing plugs, obviously.
No.
I'm saying that's all natural.
Yeah.
But.
My Instagram handle is
my Instagram
handle is Steph DePrez. I think there might be a dot. I don't know. God, this is horrible.
I mean, the link will be in the description down below.
Steph DePrez on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And
you post fun stuff, correct?
Yeah. Oh, it's Steph.DePrez. And then I'm actually an opera singer. That's my main gig.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so it's StephanieDePrez.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you find me for opera. Hire me to sing at all of your parties.
Yeah, if you want to drown out those pesky relatives of yours.
Yeah. So loud.
Get Steph. Yeah, exactly. The human boombox.
I do also do like jazz and American songbook stuff.
Oh, nice.
So you can actually hire me to like sing at your party. I've actually done more of that in Austria than I have like actual classical singing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But awesome. Yeah. Definitely follow Steph's stuff. Steph stuff.
Yep. Great.
Yeah. Watch out for the staph infection because she is
I'm not even
hilarious. Obviously follow all of my stuff and watch out for my next project, the Eurocentrist. It's all about European history and stuff, but with a comical twist, of course, because I still try to write stuff that's funny. I attempt it, you know. Follow all of that stuff down there. First episode is gonna drop in January, and we're gonna discuss the Austrian Jihad. So from 1786.
Of course.
Yeah, because
I remember now.
We might have you as the guest.
Great.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'll speak on my extensive experience about the Austrian Jihad.
No. I write the whole thing, and you just have to sit there and laugh.
Oh, I'm good at that. Yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do that.
Perfect. All right, guys. Bye.